नमस्ते प्रणाम गीता ध्यानम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna, the ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudevasutam devam kansachanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 10th Adhyaya of Vibhuti Yoga, the yoga of divine manifestations. And Sri Krishna is telling us all the places in this universe and this creation which are to be identified with the eternal Lord. And Sri Krishna is giving us a long list of all those things which are to be identified with the Lord. So we have seen Sri Krishna is giving us a very long list, in fact, a detailed list. And he had said, Pradhanyataha, I will tell you, I will give all the prominent places which are to be identified with me. I cannot give you the complete list that he has confessed right in the beginning to Arjuna. I cannot give you the complete list because my manifestation in various things in this creation, it is innumerable. You cannot count it. I cannot count it for that matter, Sri Krishna says. So, all the prominent ones he has been telling us through previous verses. The last verse that we read, that Sri Krishna told, aśhvānāṁ sarva-vrukṣāṇāṁ. Among all the vrikshas, among all the trees, I am the aśvātha. I am the people tree, the most sacred and holiest of the holy trees. Although it is of no use for the human beings for that matter. We cannot eat its fruits like other trees. We cannot use the wood of that tree as a firewood. We cannot, but the Ashwatha tree has a great reverence in our spiritual and religious lives. Ashwatha is the tree under which Lord Buddha, he got salvation, he got nirvana. So, among the trees, Sri Krishna says, no, for sure, I am the Ashwatha tree. Among the Devarshis, Devarshinam cha Naradaha. Among the Devarshis, among the great enlightened ones, among the God sphere, among the godly plane, no, for sure, I am Narada. Devarshi Narada, the expounder of the great treatise on devotion, who gave us the Narada Bhakti Sutras. I am the best among those Devarshis. I am that. Gandharvāṇāṁ Chitrarathaha, among the celestial beings. The celestial beings who have got all those charming, mesmerizing, influencing powers. These Gandharvas are the ones who are the great magicians, great musicians, and great performers of art. They are also the Gandharvas. They are masters of games like the dice and gambling. They also are expert singers. They set the Vedas to the musical notes. The Samaveda that Sri Krishna has spoken about, that among Vedas I am Samaveda. That singing of the Samaveda was the creation of Gandharvas. So that is what the Gandharvas are. They have wonderful qualities, but sometimes they can be mischievous also. So it not with a bad intention, possibly to do some good out of it. They will play mischiefs. They will play tricks. But it is ultimately for the good of the mankind. So among the Gandharvas, Sri Krishna says, Chitraratha, who is the chief among the Gandharvas. So Krishna is giving the prominence to all the top, positions among all these classes and all these groups. The best among the whole lot is the eternal Lord. So among the Gandharvas, Sri Krishna says, I am Chitraratha and Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. The sage Kapila who gave us the grand tradition of Sankhya philosophy. Sri Krishna says, among all the learned scholars, among all the perfected souls, Siddha Purushas, I am the Kapil who could understand this great philosophy and lay down the basis for the Sankhya philosophy. So these were the four examples Sri Krishna gave us in the 26th shloka of the Vibhuti Yoga. Now let us read the 27th shloka. Now if we notice one thing, up till here, till 26th shloka, Sri Krishna has prominently described the celestial beings, the gods, the immovable properties, that Himalaya, I am among the Sthavara, I am the Himalaya and all that, among the oceans, among the water bodies, I am the Sagara. Now Sri Krishna is telling us something about the animal kingdom. Now let us see what he has to tell in this 27th shloka about the animal kingdom as such. Who are the representatives that can be termed as, okay, Krishna dwells in this. So Sri Krishna says, Uchchaiḥśhravasam aśhvānāṁ viddhi amṛitodbhavam airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ narāṇāṁ narādhipam. Among the Ashvas, now he has started talking about the animal kingdom. Sri Krishna says, among the horses, in the animal kingdom, among the horses, I am the Uchchisravas. Uchchisravas is the name of the horse. The mightiest of the horses, Uchchaiḥśhravasam. Now Uchchaiḥśhravasam was, there is a very interesting story in the mythology that how this celestial divine horse came into being. There was this amṛitodbhavam between gods and the demons, the devas and the asuras. There was this occasion where they wanted to take out the nectar by churning the ocean. The Meru, Mount Meru, which Sri Krishna says, among the mountains I am the Meru. That Meru was taken as the point for churning. And with the help of a snake, Vasuki, that reference is also going to come later. The whole ocean was churned. Like in olden times, the ladies in the house, they used to churn buttermilk with the curd, and they used to churn with that churning rod and the rope. Likewise, and as the ocean was being churned, various things started coming out from underneath the ocean, and one such thing was Uchchaiḥśhravasam, the most divine celestial horse, unbeatable. No horse on the earth could ever be equal to that. Unparalleled, unequal. There was no one like Uchchisravas in terms of strength, in terms of agility, in terms of the divine celestial powers. So Sri Krishna says, among the horses, I am Uchchaiḥśhravasam. And viddhi amṛitodbhavam, that the nectar-born, who was born out of churning the ocean in order to get the nectar, both gods and demons, the Deva and Asuras, they wanted nectar to be churned out from the ocean, so that after consuming that nectar, both of them, they could become immortal, amritam. Hmm. So Sri Krishna says of that nectar-born, amṛitodbhavam, who has come out of churning of the ocean to get the nectar. This Ashwa, this horse, Uchchaiḥśhravas, has come, and among the horses, I am this Uchchaiḥśhravas. Airāvataṁ gajendrāṇāṁ. Airavata is again the king of elephants. Gajendrāṇāṁ. Gajendra is elephants. Among the elephants, I am Airavata. Airavata is the elephant, the lordly elephant. And Airavata also is the creation from the churning of ocean, like Uchchaiḥśhravasam. Ultimately, Indra got hold of this Airavata, and Airavata became Indra's chief mode of locomotion. So Airavata, that divine and eternally powered Airavata. Among elephants, I am the Airavata, Sri Krishna says. And narāṇāṁ cha narādhipam. Among the human beings. Now, among the animal kingdom, Sri Krishna has talked about these three specimens. Among horses, the elephants, and the human beings. Very interesting point to note. Among the human beings, narāṇāṁ cha narādhipam. The greatest of the monarch in the human beings that you will find, I am that, Sri Krishna says. The king of kings among the human beings. I am that king of kings. Wherever you find any good king, any righteous king, any just king, know for sure that king I am. Now, Sri Krishna has given these three specimens among the animal kingdom. He has not talked about any other animals for that matter. Not a boar, which was also an incarnation of the Lord, or the tortoise, which was also an incarnation Lord. But in this shloka, in this 27th shloka, Sri Krishna mentions about three species: the horses, the elephants, and the human beings. Now, why? This Gita Upadesh, the Lord is giving to Arjuna on the battlefield. And on the battlefield, when one looks around, one finds only these three specimens on the battlefield. The horses tied to the chariots, the elephants in the elephant army itself. There is a division of elephants. Like there is infantry and all the divisions now we have. Those days there used to be a platoon of elephants. And the human beings. So Sri Krishna in this 27th shlok has only selected these three types of specimen from the animal kingdom which are there at the Kurukshetra at that point of time while Sri Krishna is giving this sermon, this teaching. Mythology speaks elaborately of the churning of ocean of milk by devas and asuras to get nectar from it. The horse Uchchisravas and the elephant Airavata, along with several other high beings and great things, came out of that unique undertaking. But this event is an allegorical statement of the eternal process of good and bad people jointly churning the ocean of life. And the objective is to obtain happiness through wealth, learning, and prosperity. The mythological event of Samudra Manthan, ocean churning, is allegorically, it represents that churning in our day-to-day lives for getting good. Now, the problem is we want to get only good. We want to get only the nectar. We want only to get the amṛitam. But like that mythological story, it doesn't happen in our day-to-day life also. Like in that mythological story, while churning, amṛitam came. But along with amṛitam also came the visha, the poison. Same thing happens with us. We are churning ourselves, we are churning our daily life with all those activities, with the one intention of getting good, getting the best, getting the brightest things for us. But what happens? Like that mythological story, here also we get good as well as bad. We get happiness as well as unhappiness. We get pleasure as well as pain. But that is a different matter. So Uchcaiḥśhravasam and Airavata, these two things came out from that ocean churning. So in our life also, we have the chances of getting the Uchcaiḥśhravasam and the Airavata. Then among the human kingdom, the human beings that Sri Krishna has spoken about, narādhipam, the monarch born with royal excellence, is regarded as spark of divinity come in the human form. The righteous king, the king who is absolutely moral, ethical, who can't tolerate evil, who can't tolerate wrongdoing, whose entire life is spent only for the welfare of his people. He doesn't consider his people as his subjects. He considers his people as his people. He considers his people as the representatives of the Lord himself. That narādhipam, Sri Krishna says, among the human beings, I am there in these narādhipam. Such monarchs, such righteous, such honest, such sincere, such dedicated kings, I am there. The best of the horses, the best of the elephants, and the best of the human are indeed the manifestations of the divine glory of the Lord. But the best among all the groups is the manifestation of the Lord. You take any group, and that's what Sri Krishna has told us in all these examples that he has given, he has quoted to us, that the best among all the lords. And in this 27th shloka, he categorically told who is the best among the horses, who is the best among the elephants, who is the best among the human beings. The Uchcaiḥśhravasam, the Airavata, and the honest, righteous, and all good-doing monarch. So that was Sri Krishna's teaching on this 27th shloka of the Vibhuti Yoga, the yoga of divine manifestations of the eternal Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Swamiji.